before we get started in today's video, thank you so much to everybody who checked on me, sent me DMs and things, and asked if we were all right. Yeah, we're doing just fine. Just had to take a little break from doing videos. Had a bunch of family in, had a bunch of other obligations outside of YouTube. This is not my full-time job yet, but I appreciate you checking in on me. We're doing good. We're going to try to get back to a regular video schedule of 2 to 3 videos a week, and we're piling up stuff for our next project truck. That got delayed a little bit, but we're going to get started on something else here today. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Welcome to the channel. This is Top Line Racer. My name's Spencer. Today we're going to start pulling apart our F-150 that was basically hit by a train, and hopefully start installing some stuff on our 2014 F-150 that is actually the truck we're going to try to rebuild. It's hitting the front. We'll talk more about that later, but we need to start pulling the front end parts off of this one. So basically we need most of the front end for this thing other than the fenders. I think everything else we're going to need from the front end. The one thing I'm going to try to do first here is straighten out this bumper. You can see obviously it's bent up right here. I think if we just get a strap real low down here and maybe hook it up to the back of the other F-150 there, that we'll be able to pull this guy out. I think I'm going to let this bumper straightening go a little bit until we get some more stuff disassembled here. I don't have a good way to anchor and pull down on it to get it, it's because it's pushed up and out. And I got some of it out with the strap, but not the whole thing. I think we'll probably have to put the digging iron in here, but if I do that right now, I'm going to destroy this plastic piece, which even though it's a little messed up, this can still be heated up and straightened out and reused. So I don't want to destroy it. So I think I'm going to hold off on straightening the bumper and just do some fun disassembly. Now we're down to it, boys. I gotta run over to the other truck here in just a second and see exactly where we gotta cut this. I think we need this whole bottom section piece. I think these guys might be okay. I don't know. Well, I'll have to research that, and then we'll drill out these spot welds, try to get this whole piece, whatever we need from this, out. The craziest thing is how bent the frame and everything on this truck is. To make the other video I made with this truck, which I've only done one, I had to bypass the heater core because the heater core connection, it actually broke off, and it wasn't like it got hit in the accident or anything. The cab is that torqued that it pulls, like this one, see there, broke off, and this one broke off too. And it just completely, like, it was pushed so far over that it snapped the plastic ends off of the hoses, because that's how far the cab is away from where it's supposed to be. And like these from the factory, like, they don't have a ton of extra room, but they have a little bit and the rubber, so they should stretch at least, you know, and move a little bit. But no, it just snapped them clear off. That's how ridiculously bent this truck is. Over here at the one that is actually getting rebuilt, yeah, looks like I was right. It's just this bottom piece, I think, that we need. I don't... Like, these ones might be torqued a little bit, but they're not. They shouldn't be too bad. And we are still going to pull the frame, but we're going to put in all this top stuff first. I don't think that'll affect too much down there. We'll leave the bumper off so that that can be done later. But we at least wanted to get the top half of it looking like it's supposed to, and make sure that it runs and drives good, all of those things. I think it does. You know, it's only got 20,000 miles on it, 29,000 on it. But it looks like I will just have to drill all the spot welds on these guys. These two are spot welded together. I don't think I need to replace these. This one's got a little bit of character here at the bottom. Have to think about that on whether we'll have to do anything with that. But I think it'll be okay. So for right now, I'm just going to plan on doing these guys. Huh. I'm going to take the bumper off. Alright, we gotta pull the bumper off. I can't get that in at the right angle to take these apart. Probably have to take off the inner fender and stuff too then, but start with the bumper. I think those are all good. Went really well, actually. All good on there, I think. Just gonna do one more down here. Yep. All loose. Alright, now we can pretty much pull the inner fender out now. I loosened that up a little bit too. Inner fenders are about my least favorite job on any rebuild. So I got to drill out all the other spot welds. Same deal, 6 on each on the back. There's no good way for me to get the camera in there, so I think we're just going to fast forward. You already saw the front. How that works, it chews up the bits in like no time at all. So hopefully I can make it through like there. That's from doing like 1.5. I'm going to spray some WD on there because I know if you lube it up a little bit, it'll help. But still, I don't know if we're going to make it. Well, ran out of spot weld bits, so I think I'm going to call it quits on that guy for right now. I'm going to have to go get some more. These are a lot more expensive than the Harbor Freight ones, and they are no better. So that's good to know. And this one here, I actually went to take off the thing to flip it around because it still had good teeth on the other side, and it just snapped in two. I don't know what the deal is with that, but not great. So other than this brace, which we were just trying to take off and ran out of the drill bits, everything is pretty much done here that we're going to need for the other truck. I know we still need the airbox, but I'm not going to take it out of this one because we're going to still need to move this truck around. I'm actually probably going to pop the trans cooler back in just so we don't lose tranning fluid everywhere. But otherwise, we're going to still use this truck or move it around and different things. And they run terrible if you don't have the airbox connected, so I'll just leave that. The other truck doesn't have it in, and it shuts off and acts all funny. So, I mean, obviously with the mass airflow sensor, it's going to do that, but these are worse than some other vehicles that I've driven. It's also starting to rain, so this video is just going to have to be a two-parter of us putting the front end back on the other truck. I wanted to kind of get it all done today, but it's just not gonna work. So we're going to let it go here, but I do want to talk about the drivetrain for a little bit in this and see what you guys kind of think. You'll notice that this is the 5.0 Coyote, which is a pretty solid motor. Transmission runs really, works good in it. So it's a really solid drivetrain. We have the full wiring harness, everything that way, and we're not going to use any of it. Like, none of that is getting used for this. So we're going to end up basically with a pretty awesome little powertrain sitting around, and we could just sell it, and I'm definitely not ruling that out. But I also have been looking for an older Bronco, not really old because I can't afford, like, I don't know, the 70s or before. So I'm looking 80s, 90s for a Bronco, probably that has blown motor, bad transmission. I'd prefer the least amount of rust possible, but I don't mind if it has mechanical issues because I think this would be pretty awesome in there. I haven't fully decided that's the direction we're going to go yet, but it's definitely an idea, and a lot of you mentioned in the last video or asked what we were going to do with the powertrain, and so the answer is I don't know for certain, but I do really like the idea of having an old Bronco. Even though I'm a Chevy guy, Broncos are pretty cool. Plus, with the new Bronco coming out, it would probably get pretty decent views to add a Coyote to, an older one. So definitely something I'm considering. Haven't fully pulled the trigger on it yet, but I have been looking. And with that, it is pouring down rain, so I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great night. Thanks so much for watching.